Something vast is unfolding across this planet, something beyond sound and language, something that cannot be captured by progress or time. You can feel it in quiet moments when the world grows still and the noise fades. It is not a movement born from chaos, not a protest, not a revolution of governments or systems. It is something deeper, older, and infinitely more powerful. It is the silent revolution of consciousness. For ages, humanity has believed that evolution meant moving forward, advancing, creating, and conquering. We have built towers, machines, and digital worlds that reach beyond imagination. Yet, beneath all of it, there has always been an ache, a quiet emptiness, a whisper that something essential has been forgotten. We thought we were evolving forward, but in truth, we are remembering backward. We are remembering who we were before the noise of civilization, before the weight of identity, before the illusion of separation. We are remembering the stillness that existed before thought, the unity that existed before language, the love that existed before fear. What you call awakening is not about becoming something new. It is about remembering what you've always been: pure awareness, infinite and eternal. When one being remembers, it does not only transform their life, it sends a pulse through the field of humanity itself. Energy shifts, frequencies realign, and the collective begins to awaken through coherence, not chaos. This awakening does not require effort or resistance. It happens through stillness. When one human being returns to presence, the entire field of consciousness becomes lighter, more alive, more aware. True evolution will not come from technology, reform, or external progress. It will come through remembrance, the moment humanity returns to the frequency of awareness. The real advancement of our species begins not with machines, but with mindfulness, not with conquest, but with connection, not with more, but with less. Less noise, less attachment, less illusion. Look at the world right now. The speed, the distraction, the endless chase for meaning. Humanity has reached a point where progress has outpaced peace. We have more tools than ever, yet feel more lost than before. That emptiness is not a mistake. It is a message. It is the soul of humanity calling out for stillness, for presence, for truth. The more we try to fill that void with activity, the louder the silence becomes, because what we are looking for cannot be created. It can only be remembered. This remembering does not happen in grand gestures. It happens in moments of stillness, when you close your eyes and feel your own breath, when you stop trying to fix yourself, when you realize that what you have been seeking was never lost. It has always been here, beneath the thoughts, beneath the stories, beneath the need to become. When you stop searching for awakening, awakening begins to happen through you. Every soul is part of this process. Every human life is a doorway to collective transformation. The shift is subtle, almost invisible, yet unstoppable. It moves through every act of kindness, every moment of forgiveness, every breath taken in awareness. This revolution is not about changing the world. It is about remembering that you are the world. You are the consciousness creating the experience of separation and reunion, asleep and awake, forgetting and remembering. The world often teaches that power comes from control, from dominance, from having more. But true power is presence. True mastery is the ability to remain aware in the midst of chaos, to meet each moment without resistance, to exist without becoming lost in thought. The most radical act in this age is not rebellion, it is awareness. The most powerful statement is silence. When you begin to live from that awareness, life stops being something that happens to you and becomes something that moves through you. You realize that the same intelligence that holds the stars in place beats within your heart. The same energy that flows through galaxies flows through your breath. You are not separate from the universe. You are the awareness through which it experiences itself. And this is where humanity stands now, between forgetting and remembering, between doing and being. The systems that once defined our world are crumbling because they were built on separation, but in their place, something timeless is emerging, a consciousness that remembers its own unity. Humanity is not collapsing, it is awakening. The noise is not the end, it is the sound of illusion dissolving. When you return to stillness, you participate in this awakening. You become a point of light in the collective field, a living frequency of coherence. You no longer need to convince, to fight, or to prove. Your very being begins to radiate alignment, and others feel it without words. Awareness spreads like fire through silence, gentle, invisible, unstoppable. This remembrance is not a path you walk. It is the recognition that you were never separate from the destination. Enlightenment was never at the end of the journey. It was the source from which you began. Every experience, every mistake, every victory, every moment of pain has been guiding you home, not forward, but inward. There is a quiet revolution taking place inside each of us. It begins the moment we stop chasing and start listening. It begins when we stop identifying with the voice in our head and start observing it. It begins when we allow stillness to become more powerful than struggle. This is the revolution of consciousness, where awareness meets embodiment, and being becomes more important than becoming. The universe is not asking you to change, it is asking you to remember. Remember that you are not your story. Remember that you are not your past. Remember that beneath all thoughts, there is an infinite stillness that has never been touched. Remember that the light you seek outside has always been glowing within. Each time you return to that awareness, the collective remembers with you. Each time you forgive, someone else feels it. Each time you choose peace instead of reaction, the vibration of the whole rises. This is how the revolution spreads. Quietly, invisibly, powerfully. And perhaps the most beautiful truth of all is that this awakening was never something to achieve. It was never a prize at the end of struggle. It is your natural state, your original essence, your homecoming. You were never lost. You were dreaming. And now, slowly, beautifully, you are waking up. So take a deep breath. Feel the life that breathes you. Feel the awareness behind your eyes. You are not separate from the infinite. You are its expression. You are the remembrance of consciousness itself. The silent revolution has already begun, and it moves through you with every breath, every pause, every heartbeat. You don't need to wait for permission. You don't need to become more. You only need to remember, because the shift is not coming. It's already here, within you, around you, through you. The awakening has begun, not with noise, but with stillness, not with resistance, but with remembering. And through that remembering, humanity will remember what it was always meant to be: aware, united, eternal.